Hello everyone, it's weekend again, so most of the markets are closed except the cryptocurrencies are still active. So me as a trader, as a someone with an obsession for trading, I think, let's be honest, I am looking at the cryptos this weekend. Just like last weekend, I want to share with you my thoughts on this market, on some trade ideas. It's not financial advice. I'm not gonna tell anyone you should get in over there. Your stop should be there. You should get in this big. You should all those things. That's not up to me. There are too many things, too many variables in that play a role in for me to say something like that. But what I do want to do for educational purposes is share with you my thought process, the way the market moves, the way the market behaves, all those things. So take a close look at my video. So maybe it will help you. This is the weekly chart. So this is just like I said before. This is a crazy chart. Of course, this does not look okay at all to be trading. To be you know way too fast that this goes up. Classic market theories tell you that when something goes up as fast as this, then it must come down pretty hard as well. And it happens from time to time. So the reason these resistance support zones are on my chart is because price ran into this level, then turned around sharply. It moved from 29.78 to 18.17, so this is a huge move. Came back, tried to break, failed, pulled back again, and then finally it broke, and we had another run from 29.78 to almost 5,000. Again, price turned around pretty fast and is now heading back into this level. And just last week, no, that was not last week, it was a couple of weeks ago, price broke, bounced in this level. So let's put on another bounce over here. Price moved back and eventually it actually happened what this arrow is showing. Price came back and moved again. Often, not always, but often price breaks through a level, comes back to retest it, and then moves up again. So keep that in mind, because the reason I am not really active in trading Bitcoin this weekend is because of that simple fact. So price broke, got a lot of momentum to the upside, then consolidated for a while. I traded this in this area when it pulled back, and I started to see some higher highs on the lower time frame. I got in, got a couple of points. Same thing again, got a couple of points. Personally, I'm only trading this to the upside because a lot of amateurs are in Bitcoin. They are just hitting the buy button. Everybody thinks I should buy Bitcoin right now because of all the Walt Disney stories about getting rich in Bitcoin. But that aside, one final push and a squeeze over here happened last week. Price started rallying up. Price does not want to be here looking at this pin bar, and started rallying and came back into the previous highs, broke it, and right now we are at this level. So, like I just said, why do I do not want to trade this? This is new territory. We do not have any reference here. We know maybe price will move from the to the 6,500 or maybe 7,000. We don't know yet, but we also don't know if it is ready for price to already turn around to retest this level. So we do not have any clues. The thing we want to see, the thing I want to see, is something like this. Now I know, okay, so this looks like the bottom of the move. This is the top of the move. So when price moves into the top, I zoom into the lower time frames. If I see continuation to push, maybe I will trade the breakout. If I see the price is struggling here, turning around on the lower time frames, and I start seeing lower highs and lower lows, maybe I'll put in a short. Not my favorite in Bitcoin, but that's all possible. So for now, price broke through. Let's zoom in. We came from the weekly to the daily, the 4-hour chart. Now we are at the 1-hour chart. If I would consider trading this, there is only one trade, if you ask me, and that's a trade to the upside. because this level acted as a resistance and seems to be acting as some kind of support right now. So as long as this level, I would put it in like this level, because this is the last real high, real low, sorry. So if price pulls back, or maybe it doesn't, whatever happens, if you want to manage your risk, make sure that you are putting in the proper stops. That's some way to protect yourself. If you're in it for the big run, and of course, a stop should be below this level, because this acted as resistance and should be support right now. Personally, I am looking for something like this. Maybe it will happen over here. Maybe price will move higher first, but eventually I'm expecting price to move in a little lower, and this would be an area for me to put in some nice trades. So this would be an area to set an alarm, for example, like this. If price moves down here, set an alert, and you'll get notified. So that's a way to trade it. So what else do we got? We have the following things on my watch list. There was Bitcoin. We also have Rippler. How is Rippler doing? Rippler is not doing so good, as we can see right now. So this was Rippler a couple of weeks. It didn't move at all. Then finally started moving this crazy ride. That's on a weekly. Let's see if we can get some more decent information on the daily. To me, and that's with a lot of Bitcoin charts, this is messy. Where's price going? We see this huge move up, get rejected, pin bars, up and down. It's a huge, it's a war, if you ask me. Bulls and bears, buyers and sellers are constantly fighting very aggressive for price to take direction. This looks like a support area that does make sense, and this for now looks like a resistance that does make sense. So right now on a daily chart we are within this range. So where do I want to potentially get in? This would be a zone for me to get in, and this would be a zone for me to start paying attention as well. Let's zoom into the 4-hour chart. Let's see what happens over here. We have moved into this resistance. Price got rejected and fell pretty fast. So we missed this opportunity already. Price came back, but is continuing to move to the downside. I do not prefer to take the trades when they are this far. This would be an area to short, and like I said, this down here would be an area to go long, ideally. But let's see what happens on the 1-hour chart. We do not know how far price would be going. Do we have any clues here? No, we do not, because price has just made a new low, got rejected, but we are not seeing higher highs or anything like that at all. So to me it's not. This is actually the 15-minute chart. 15-minute, everything to me looks downside. So I'm not feeling this trade. Looking at the chart where it is, I am looking for longs actually, but it doesn't seem to be happening right now. So Ripple is not on my chart. What do we have here? Let's switch. Let's move all the drawing tools and start fresh. Weekly chart. This is Ethereum, one of the hottest next to Bitcoin. This of course is the major resistance. Price did not get higher than that. We do not have a clear support zone yet, but it looks like we do have a trend line. Maybe we have a trend line from here to there. A little bit. Price seems to be, so this is interesting. If I see this, it's interesting to me to see what price will do when it moves into this area down here. What happens if this line gets touched? So that would be a signal for me to be watching. Also, if we want to draw in some support and resistance zones, I do think this is an interesting level because price was struggling here. It was resistance before. Over here was resistance as well. So let's put this one a little bit up so this is a little bit clearer. Price moved in here, got rejected right away. So there is something going on with this level, even though it still is a cryptocurrency. So things are quite messy. So this is the daily. Let's zoom in if we can see what is happening on the hourly chart. This is not. This would have given me a signal to maybe go long, but I would have gotten stopped out. I think. 15 minutes. What is price doing? It's just all moving down, down, down. Something, I don't know if it's a correlation, but as soon as Bitcoin starts moving to the upside aggressively, it looks like the other cryptos are moving to the downside, and vice versa. But don't know and haven't tested that yet if that is actually true. Litecoin, of course. this is amazing. Why? What is happening here, guys? What is causing these kinds of spikes? If you are in short, this would definitely ruin your account. If you're in long, then you would have made a lot of money. But I think a lot of people are in buying and holding, so they don't have to take profits or anything. And why should you set a take profit on past 100? That's crazy. So ignore this strange spike. Quite new Litecoin on the way it is traded here at markets. Again, same thing. No clear support, no clear resistance. Very hard to find a decent entry. You know, this gets penetrated a couple of times, so it's not really clear. Maybe we should draw the line from here to here. It's also a possibility, but price seems to be moving. I don't know. I don't know if price moving up or down. Now, I'm not gonna call anything here. Very hard to trade Litecoin. For now, price moved into this area, got rejected, moved down, and is starting to make some kind of higher highs. I don't know. This is actually low again. Very hard to trade. I'm not preferring Litecoin. We have Dash over here. Finally, final one on the weekly chart. We have a crazy ride as well. One day chart, very messy again, a lot of spikes, very hard to trade. Where should you set your stop loss? But price seems to be moving to the upside. Some kind of choppy trend line over here, so that's interesting to draw on your chart. But the same thing goes for a trend line over here. So where is price going? This will probably be a breakout to the downside, or a breakout to the upside eventually. But let's see where this is going. Right now, again, I'm sorry guys, I do not see anything on Dash to be trading. This was a previous bar I drew. So this is moving to the downside. This not really gave us a higher high, so I think it's still in a downward trend here. So this is definitely a level to watch. Then again, to the downside, not really broke. Let's see what happens around these trend lines we just drew on a daily chart. Finally, let's make a quick jump to the 15. Can't do anything here. Can't do anything. So that's it for this week. It is weekend. Not really that great of setups are active right now. There's no problem. Let's see what happens today. Maybe we'll get an alert when price reaches somewhere. Let's see. I'll get back to this later, and let's see if we can find any nice setups. So thank you for watching. See you on the next